Mr. Durek, and he's going to take you on a guided meditation. And we also have the meditation in the teepee. And enjoy. I think that was everything. Yes, everybody just take a deep breath and drop in. And thank you all for being here. Yay. Hands together for Shaman Durek.
Yay!
I just want to say it's really wonderful to be here. I just recently spoke at Lightning in a Bottle, and it's been really great to be invited to come here to the One Love Fest. And so I'm really happy to be here with all you beautiful souls. It's really beautiful. So what we're going to do in this meditation, it's a Mayan meditation of heart opening. And I was taught by one of my elders when we were living in the jungle. And we want to help you to connect into your heart, because you see, a lot of times people have this idea about love, and it's interesting when we're growing up and we're being trained as shamans about what love really is on a core level, we realize that love is source. And so a lot of times what happens is people really want to, they say, oh, I love you, and oh, I love you so much, but they don't understand that what they're really saying is that they're honoring source, and the source of the divine, or whatever you would like to call it, if you want to call it God or spirit or whatever, because source could really care less what you call it. The most important thing is what you understand, and what you understand is that it's love. So it's not just a four-letter word that we use, it's a way of being. But what happens a lot in people's lives is that we get to this place where we have an idea of what love is for us, what it represents for us. So we create this whole world of what we can accept in love and what we can give out in love. And in that, it limits us, because we get stuck in this place in our mind where we're only willing to see love coming from one angle in our life. Or we're only willing to accept love in the way that we want love to come. And so what that does is that limits us from connecting to source, because in the way that we are able to receive love, if you think about it, because source is constantly, every day, every second, beaming love on you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're just blanketed with so much unconditional love, but you're only receiving that amount of love that you're able to receive based upon what you think and what you experience love to be. So what we always want to do when we're on earth is we want to find more ways to perfect love, right? Because love is something that can be perfected, and you can perfect it in every way. You can perfect it with yourself, you can perfect it with your friends, your loved ones, and everyone around you, until you realize that the full capacity of that love that is coming from source can enter your being, and you can give that same love out of your being to everyone around you. And that's the real power that we're all reaching for. And so every person and every situation in your life is there to help you to get to that place by showing you an example of yourself and how you react to the world through other people, so that you can understand what that love is. So, a lot of times people always have this idea that if they stay in this place where they're constantly, filling themselves up with things that, make them feel safe, that they're going to get to that place. And we shamans like to help people get to a place. That's why we're the bridge to helping people understand things from the spiritual and physical world. Because the physical world, you get really inundated with a lot of things, a lot of distractions. But the most important thing is that the more you get raw, the more you go down into your core of your being, and you stop worrying about what people think, and you stop trying to get into that place where you're always trying to create what you think will be loved, and realize that you're loved now. You're already loved. Source loves you. I love you. You're loved by so many people, and you don't even realize how loved you are, and that all that stuff that's going on in your mind is actually creating filters from allowing that love in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you get into a comfortable position, whatever is comfortable for you. And there's no wrong comfortable position, by the way, because when I'm teaching in different parts of the world and people are talking to me, they're like, should I sit with my back straight up and my legs crossed? And no, because energy gets in your body no matter how you sit, and no matter if you lay down or if you hang yourself upside down from a tree. It doesn't really matter. It's just what's comfortable for you. So let's have everyone go into that space. So whenever you're in a space where you are being in a comfortable space, or when you're just there, that is your sacred space. And that place is sacred for you because that is the place where you're in attention with yourself. So get into that space, and I just want you to just close your eyes and just be with your body. Good. And I want you to notice in your life the ways that you love. Think about the ways that you love. How do you express love? And just allow that thought, those images, those ideas to just come to you. And as you're doing that, I'm just going to call in some beings who want to be here with you. So just stay in that place, the way that you love. Think about the ways that you love. I call now Archangel Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Michael to be here. From the south, east, north, and west, I call to you, family of light. I ask now for the gatekeepers to open up the watchtowers in the 4 directions. I call forth the sliffs from the air, the undines from the water, the jinn from the fire, and the devas from the earth. I ask now that each and every master of the 4 energy points step forth in this sacred space. I call forth on my ancestors and all of the ancestors of the earth, the Chumash, the Cherokee, the Lakota. I call forth the Mongolian spirits, the African, the Haitian, the Eskimo, and the Eskadai. I welcome you, Blackfoot, welcome you all, each and every ancestor of every walk. The Mayans, the Toltecs, the Aborigines, we welcome you. We welcome you because you and all of your love laid paths before us, and all we have to do is now walk them. And I call in now Mother Bear to come forth, the great jaguar. I welcome the eagle and the snake and the raccoon, the elephant and the dolphin and the whale to be here. Thank you for being here. I call forth Kuan Yin and Mother Mary, Lady Nada and Almoya. I call forth Saint Germain, Master Kuthumi and Dijwakul. I call forth on Melchizedek, Matria, and the Divine Sisters of Grace and Love to be here. I welcome now the Divine Feminine and the Goddess energies of the Divine, Mother God and Father God. I love you so much. In full devotion, I welcome you here, always, making it ever so present that every soul here knows that anything that has ever been said about you in any book, teachings, writings, or scripture, if it is not coming from unconditional love, it has nothing to do with you. And I ask now that this energy of anything in the hearts of every person who is here, who has ever been experiencing any doubt or fear or hurt or shame or sadness, any place in them where they are not resolved to the truth of your love, I ask you now to begin to release that from their bodies. I ask for the sacred animals and the sacred spirits to begin to release it up through their spine and all the way out of every nervous system, every particle and substance of their being, all the way down to the molecular structure of their being, down into their DNA, every molecule, and the brain stem, and the medulla oblongata, the limbic stem, to their nervous system, every part of their being that has been holding on to that poison, that illusion, to now begin to release, so that love that comes from you, Mother and Father, is felt 20,000 folds. The illumination of grace for all humanity. The same love that the trees, the plants, the animals, the ocean, the breeze, and every living thing, every sentient being feels. That we are open and available to that love, so that we can create so many wonderful things. So any poison that has been filtered into this world through control and limitation and lack, to control the minds of people through making stories up and proclamations and ideas about you that are false. Anywhere they have experienced that you, on some level, do not love them, let it now be released. Let them now know how loved they are. Let them understand that their heart knows the truth, even when the mind itself is playing games. Because of all of the authority figures and people that we were to believe to tell us the truth of who Source is and what is our Mother and Father and why are we here and what is all of this when we were children. That we stem in the core of our beings down into our molecular structure, that we begin to create this grid of false understandings, false wisdoms, based in fear, control, and limitation. And that we've spent our life taking journeys, learning, gathering here today, and opening ourselves so that we can clear ourselves and remove that poison from our being, so that those worms, those black, gray worms that have been eating at our beautiful thoughts and our creative spirit and our playful child can now begin to seep out of our body, so that the earth of Gaia, our mother, our friend, our sister, our lover, can take it and transmute it back into light, so that our heart knows the true wisdom that is Source, and that you know that you are loved unconditionally, and that every angel and every master and every being and every wind that blows by you and every particle of soil and every granule soil you lay on is loving you infinitely. And the more and more you remove those limitations that you have been placed upon you because of authority figures or people who've been wanting to live in fear because they don't want to know that love, or they're afraid of it because it is so free, it is so vast, it is so unlimited. Just let it come out. So I ask now that the Jaguar spirit, beautiful friend, I ask you now to go into the bodies, and I ask for the Cobra bringing snake medicine for transformation and shedding of the skins that you were told to wear, that you were told to show to the world. And those skins have also blocked you from experiencing different levels of love. We ask for Jaguar and snake medicine to enter into your body and look into your heart, into every part of your being where you are experiencing any area where you have been held in captive oppression because of thoughts and ideas and emotions that tell you that you are not love, that you didn't come from love, and that there is some force outside of you creating some kind of discord in your life. Because that itself is not true. And truth is the only thing that can remain. And your heart is the greatest vessel to allow that truth to filter through. Because what is not real must leave. And it will leave now with your willingness. So breathe. Feel it leaving your body. Breathe. Feel all the spirits working on you now. I will begin to communicate to the great grandmother spirit, for she has something to say to your heart. Tie Yahweh tanda kata minaite hitai. Biat tupai tanda jigai. At bakmbay keche. Nianata uze. Tiatay ni tao kupa umana yitechay. Atay katao may paikbuy ite. Balabay tuway inmang bata hagaday. Naitay minagba ipay ite. Kiyay may hayete kanday. Kanday hey biat ninike. Napauay tataw kutuhay at siya. Mamuy ay tiye kahite kaye. Manabay iboy kay inay tiye tiye. Pamuay kinamay ikeye. Pauay kinaite kaye. Nanabaw hutoy etanyaw. Hey tiye pakanaw to hey kiye. Naitay kay di kauma. Hey tay kay di kayo'y pumoya. Ay kanggay to'y hay tay kayo'y hitay kundaye. Puumba kau kang chow oy haye. Bay nay ti hiye. Nay tao su ay kay nang kay kêu tumang kay taye. Nàng tao mai cây tao mạo cung đại cây tê cha. Nào bà cào tàn ra kia bao ngoài đi tê. Tàn ra. And I allow, thank you, Grandmother Spirit, for reaching into their hearts and speaking from beyond the spirit world. So allow your heart to open and release all of those things. Feel those emotions coming all the way up into your being. And allow the sacred jaguar, the sacred spirits of snake medicine to come all the way through. Release it. Feel it coming out of your glands and your tongue and your throat. Feel it releasing out of your esophagus. From your fingers and your hands, you'll start coughing. That's the poison coming out. That's the poison of all of the things that have been blocking you from feeling this unconditional love that Source has for all of you. Let that poison come out, sweet ones. Let it come out. You are not here to suffer. You're not here to go through pain. You're not here to have to worry or go through fear. All of those things have come in because you have felt that you are alone, that you are separate, but you are not. You see, we sometimes make it harder than it has to be because we believe something, and our ego's job is to convince us that we're right by setting up situations and circumstances so that it proves that what we believe is real. But Spirit has a different way. Spirit knows a different way. Spirit sees your life and the easiest route to love and happiness and joy and abundance and so many things I can't even begin to tell you. So many things that we all knew on the other side that we forgot only because it keeps us here. You see, Spirit never erased your mind because it wanted to take away your memory of what it was like when you were on the other side in the spirit world. It just wanted you to want to stay here, because if you knew how free and how much love and how playful and how fun and how easy and how amazing it is, you wouldn't want to stay here, because of all of the things that we go through, that we've come to transmute and bring back to the light. That is the reason why your journey of coming back to that place has been the way that it has been. But Source knew that your heart would be the one place, no matter how lost you may think you have been, how scared you think you get to or you become, or whatever information is being given to you, if it's right for you, if it's in harmony with you. Source knew that it would have to go through your heart. And that is why everything we are going through right now in our lives is getting us back to that place within our hearts, so that we have the greatest gift to be able to discern what is truth and what is real, and what is fairy tales and what is feathers that need to go and blow in the wind. Your body knows, your cells know, your organs know. And when you begin to press with life with false beliefs and ideas that limit you from having that love, having that realization that you're never disconnected from Source. So if you don't chant or meditate or pray, or if you don't eat the right foods or do yoga or go to events, that you're always connected. You can never be disconnected. That's how powerful this energy and this truth is. So allow that energy to move through you. Feel it now. Feel it in your hands and your feet. Feel that sensation in the center of your heart, where you've been carrying all of those false beliefs that have limited you from that love. See it now, leaving and releasing. Because you are, every day, in every way, finding more ways to perfect that love. The love that you give out and the love that you receive. How do you receive love? Do you allow yourself to receive love? Or do you only allow love to come in the way that you think it should? Or the way that you think it should show up? What if I told you that love is coming to you all the time? And there are times where you and your thoughts about the way you think world should look, the way you think people should be, and the way you think things should come to you, that is what you are picking up on and receiving. And if you begin to let go of that control, which was taught to us by so many forces because of their fear, and forgive them, bless their dear hearts. They themselves did not even know what they were doing. They actually thought that this would be the safest and most efficient way to remain order on this planet. What they didn't understand is that its very core of separation is what the true meaning of what it means to fall from grace. When we begin to think that the very thing that created us is against us, when we begin to think that people in this world are against us, when we begin to wake up and think that we're always having to fight some battle, stand in some place where we're always having to be at odds with something, it's not meant to be that way. It never was. And the heart, the Mayans believe that the heart was the vehicle to show you the truth. You can sit in church and listen to a sermon that is being given by a priest or a minister, and there will be words that will be given to you, and those words can reach you deep. And there will be things that will be given to you out of fear, and those things your heart will discern if you let it. In my travels as a shaman, in many cultures that I trained with, and many religions and philosophies that I had to study so that I can understand the different dualities of this world, I realized that even though I was receiving beautiful messages from Christians and Muslims and Buddhists and many others, that my heart was the greatest discerner of it all. It said, does this come from love? Are they loving me in this word, in this prayer, in this movement, in this idea? And if it did not, I just brushed it aside. And I said, oh, bless their dear hearts, for they are still stuck in that parallel between duality, between control and fear. Forgive them, because they do not know what they do. And it is for me to help you to strengthen your heart so that you too can be the greatest discerner in your life. So that when you have even a thought that comes in your mind, and when I say thought, because the mind is always working, any thought that comes in your mind that is not coming from a place of love and devotion for the source and for your happiness and for your complete place of freedom, it is not coming from the highest place. And you just want to let that place go and thank it, but it doesn't serve you. For only love is what serves you. Only grace, only knowledge and wisdom that supports your highest good. So there is no power other than the power that we have inside. So I call the angels now to go into your thoughts. I ask Archangel Michael, who loves to be here with people when they're going through this level of releasing and cutting cords and transformations of the mind. Beloved Angel Michael, I ask you now to reach into the thoughts of every human being, woman and child, man and woman and child, and every sentient being that is with them, and every spirit that is with them, that is holding on to the consciousness that is limiting them from seeing the unlimited power of love, the unlimited freedom that is available to them through that love. And any thought, cause, core, effect, record, memory, and discordant vibration that thought has created in their life, that has created karmic episodes and experiences to bring it back to love, now begin to be severed and released. All of those thoughts that have been held up in their sacred temple of their vessel that is not serving the highest level of consciousness, so that they too can be the divine perfection of love's atonement here on earth. We now allow those thoughts to release and be severed. May the sword of the blue flame and the power of the violet flame from Saint Germain blaze into every molecule, every muscle, every joint, every organ, every thought, every precious light substance, all the way down to their DNA, to pull out every thought that is not serving them. Either be told by someone they loved of authority for their reason for digesting such poisons into their being. Maybe they heard it in a song whatever means that it has come into their sacred temple, we now ask Angel Michael to sweep through with the 12 angels and open up the 7 chakras and the 12 solar rays all the way up to their higher self and all the way down into the earth, purifying it, cleansing it, and removing it from them in this moment. And Kuan Yin wants me to tell you that a lot of people have an idea that in order to make these things happen, that there has to be some time, or that it has to be so many things you have to go through in order to release these things. Once again, that too is just a belief, and it too must go. Time is now. Healing is now. Change is now. And love is now. And if you choose it to be, so be it. It is done by all cosmic law. For thy word is thy will. So allow that energy now to release. There is no path that has to be hard, for there is an easy path, and it is through just allowing it, and it is so. Please, dear hearts, choose the easy path. Choose the easy path. Remember, one who climbs a mountain and gets the mountain and feels the superiority and the energy that that person climbed that mountain and all they had to go through to get to the top of that mountain, that too is ego. Why not just ask Source for wings and fly to the top? There is an easy path, but the easy path requires us to get out of the way. It requires us to understand that our heart knows which way. And our need to be right, or prove ourselves right, is limiting all of the angels and spirit guides and masters from making your life so miraculous and so powerful and so dynamic and so amazing. So let it leave now. Jaguar, release it from their bodies. Cobra, snake medicine, release it. Ganesh, release it. Durga, release it. Christ, release it. Kuan Yin, release it. Quetzalcoatl, release it. Ancient ancestors, release it. Let it go. All that poison, let it go. Feel it coming out. Any sadness, any anger, any confusion, any place in your life that you feel you keep hitting a wall, let it go. Angel Gabriel wants me to share something with you. He wants me to explain to you, dear hearts, that when you hit a wall for something you are trying to create or choose to create or want to happen in your life, it is not because they cannot hear you. It is not because the spirits are not wanting to give you what you ask for. It is because it has not yet been perfected to you. Which means that what you are asking for has to be perfected so that you, your being, can have it at its highest experience. And sometimes our mind and our ideas of that experience, because we want it so much, is very limited because we do not see that we can actually have more. Maybe we're afraid to ask for it. Maybe we don't think we deserve it. but the Spirit is saying you do. But to do so, you must not get upset when something doesn't happen, or get upset when you see something going a certain way. It is only because Spirit is saying, the way that you are envisioning this into your life does not serve you at your highest. Let us take it from you and perfect it, and then return it to you, and you will see that what you are asking for has the possibility of having more than what you've seen. Thank you, Angel, for saying that. Because a lot of people need to know that. Because a lot of times when we get upset and we react to things that are not from a place of love, it's because it's easier to react that way. We forget that there's an amazing team of angels and beings and ancestors and family members and people on the other side who are with you all the time, waiting for you to realize that you don't have to go through all of that if you just let them help you perfect it. And then you will have the very thing that you want, but more than you possibly could ever imagine, because you were thinking below the means of what they see for you. I always tell people to raise their bar. And they say to me, Shaman Durek, what do you mean raise my bar? And raise your bar means go more than what you were thinking. Because that is exactly how Source is. The bar is so raised, and only that which can come in is that which you believe you're able to receive. And that has been given to you on your ability to receive and give out love. It's an inflow and an outflow. So the more you receive love and the more you give love, it begins to expand with other people. It becomes an energy explosion that, in my eyes, the way it looks, it's like beautiful colors of lights and sound and energy and laughter, and so many beautiful mystical things happen when another human being and another living thing loves another. That is why you're here, is it not? To be here with nature and such wonderful people, the people who came together to bring this wonderful event, to remind you to open your heart, the Love Fest. Isn't that what we're calling it? Love? Isn't that what we're talking about? Source? The creator of all love? Not the words that people have chosen to use. Yes, I do believe so. So feel that energy releasing from you, coming out of your body, and know that you are loved. I love you so much. Want to kiss you all over and hug you and dance with you and write songs and play and color and dance and have so much fun. Just the way we had on the other side. Before we got told that we're not supposed to do those things and that there's all these rules that we have to live by. You know, a lot of people don't realize that the reason why you have certain people in your life who don't choose or want to grow spiritually as they can, it's not because they can't. It's because we've been given this wonderful gift of free will. And we're so dealing with so many things that we have to do because of the consequences if we don't do them in this physical world. We think, well, I don't really have to put energy there because that's the one place that I can actually say no. But what we understand, and what I've been taught by my elders when I first went in my training at 12 years old as a shaman, was that we have to let go of that part of ourselves and realize that every part of our being is creating an experience. And it is through that experience that we are learning about ourselves and how we react to that experience. And the more and more I get raw inside, the more and more I stop trying to hide who I am or project who I am and just be. and cry when I need to cry, and scream when I need to scream, and laugh when I need to laugh, then we are able to fully understand that meaning of life. That is what I always tell people is the real raw. It's the real raw. It's what means going raw. Going raw is opening yourself up at the very core where you feel like you are so vulnerable and so humble and so worried if people are going to not like you. And when you get to that place, you go even further. Because that mind, the ego, that's the one that's always trying to make you feel safe. And Source is saying, why make you feel safe? You are safe. I love you. You're safe. So why do you have to keep looking for things that make you feel safe? You already are. And I have given you every tool and every wisdom and every possibility for you to step into that awareness that you are living on a safe planet Earth, and that there are many dimensions here, and you choose the one you want to be a part of. And that is the true meaning of heaven on earth, you see. It comes through your heart and your being, and it comes through you. So, good. Feel that. Allow that. You are, and you forever will be. And that is it. And I love you. Thank you. That's right.
He always knows the end.
And I just want to thank everyone here for having me be here. I love you so much.